Hello, this is Wmpyr. Happy holidays, everyone. I got a very good question recently, so I'm going to first read it to you guys, and then I'm going to share my 2 cents. So the first one, the question is, can you send me a link to one of your training/tutorial videos that you favor on using the knife tactically for self-defense and offense? Okay, and yeah, fair enough. I have received similar questions in the past numerous times, and it's a good question. And I believe it or not, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I have a bunch of videos up on there, and yeah, there's stick videos, there's knife videos, there's empty hand videos, there's training videos, and then there's also stuff that's more for combat ready stuff as well. There's a bunch of videos on there. So, but what I would like for you guys to do is maybe try to view things in this manner here, because the way that Escrima was taught to me, and back in the day when I learned it, the sticks were the foundation, right? And I know a lot of people go, well, you're doing double stick stuff, and in a real life situation, not going to have double sticks, right? And it seems there's a disconnect there from training and then also real life usage. But actually, the way that it was taught to me is that when we're doing double sticks, we're actually training to use both arms. So, because in a real life situation, whether it's self-defense or combat, you fight with both arms. So that's what we're doing. We're developing skills for both arms. It's not I'm developing stuff for double sticks, even though we're doing double sticks, but it's really about being able to use both arms well. That is what you're learning. And even though it's sticks, it's really for knife, it's for empty hand, it's for improvised weapons. So sticks is just a training tool. It's like a jump rope for boxers. In a real life situation, a boxer is not going to be whipping out their jump rope. They're probably not going to A, have it, and B, they're not going to fight with the jump rope. That's never the intention. So the double six is actually more similar to that. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to see it that way, but that's really what it is. The sticks, historically, in the Philippines, was never really, it's just there for training. It was a tool for training. It was supposed to represent the blade. So the blade is the real weapon. We're just training with the sticks because if you train with a blade, you get hurt. And that's the only reason why they were using the sticks. It was to represent the blade. Okay. Now, over time, they realized they came to find out that the stick was actually very, very effective, and then it became its own weapon. And then in some schools and some places, the stick replaced the blade, and some places only do sticks, and that's it. They don't even touch the blade, okay? Or 90% of their training is with the sticks, okay? So that over time changed. But if you stay close to your roots, the historical roots of Filipino martial arts, then it was just a training tool. So now what I'm trying to say to you guys is, please view the sticks as a training device to help you learn the skills to use both arms effectively. So when you see my video and I'm teaching double stick stuff, don't think, oh, that's for sticks. Where's the one for knives? No, that video with the sticks is also for knife. It's also for empty hand. It's also for improvised weapons. So please try to view it that way. So in your mind, you should be thinking when you see any of my videos that, oh, this is indeed connected with knife stuff or empty hand stuff or whatever. It's not just sticks. So I know that may seem weird, and the reason why I'm saying this is because in my mind, I don't tell my students, okay, we did sticks enough. Now we graduated sticks. Now we're going to go into knife and we're going to do knife. No, if you ask any one of my students, they'll tell you, no, he mixes it up. It's some days it's sticks, some days it's knives, some days it's empty hands, some days we do all three. So it's just constantly mixed in there. And I believe, that's the way to go about it because, in a real life situation, I could have a knife and I drop it, now it's gone. Or, I used it and then it's got stuck, so now I'm in an empty hand, but then I found something. Oh, okay, now I could clobber someone with this. Now it's like that's like stick. It's an impact weapon. So combat's dynamic anyway. You never know. Or, if I have the option in a real life situation to use my knife or use empty hand and it could both be effective, I'm going to go empty hand because I don't want to hurt the guy. I don't want to get in legal trouble. I don't want on my consciousness that I really damage someone. You got to live with that. So, I want it to be dynamic like that. So if I'm constantly changing weapons and stuff in my training, then that's going to help me out in real life as well. Because once again, real life is very dynamic. And so in my brain, I'm not thinking, oh, stick, oh, knife, oh, different weapon, another weapon, another weapon. That's like trying to learn 5, 6, 7 different styles. And that's not what I want to do, and that's not the way it was taught to me. It's one system for everything. One system. So that one system, whether you learn it through stick, or you're learning it through knife, or you're learning it through empty hand, they're all connected. And at any point, I can change to whatever weapon I desire. So that's more that kind of fluidness, right? Because remember, flow is such a big thing. To adapt and flow is like the main emphasis of Filipino martial arts, Kali, Escrima, Arnis. So that's what we do. We try to be flexible with that. So when you guys see my stick videos, please, if you are interested in knife, go ahead, practice it with a stick, but then, also don't think, oh, that video is only for stick. Please also try that with knife, with empty hand. Freaking grab a cup, grab a coat hanger, grab your keys and try it. And that's the way it was meant to be. That was the way the training was totally meant to be. So please, if you can, start switching your perspective that way. And on the big part, on the whole, I think for a lot of people, maybe when they see a lot of other martial arts, they teach the weapons separately. Okay, so today we're going to do bow staff. Okay, and then you do that for months. And then it's like, okay, so now at the next belt level, okay, we're going to teach you nunchucks. Or now at the next belt level, we're going to teach you this. So it's divided in a sense, right? And but for Filipino martial arts, Kali, Escrima, Arnis, we immediately go into the connection. So maybe for someone who's doing a different style, they may not see the connection, even though there is a connection, they may not see the connection between the weapons and empty hand for quite some time. For us, we immediately go into that, okay? And the reason why that clicked for me and made sense to me is like, oh, even though I'm doing stick stuff, I know this is for empty hand, or I know this is for knife, is because of the movie The Perfect Weapon. When I saw The Perfect Weapon, and even though that was for American Kempo Karate, it clicked when he was using double sticks and he was beating up the bad guys with that. And then when he was using an empty hand and he started beating up the bad guys, I saw the movements were the same and I was like, I get it. That is awesome. And that was the movie where I was like, I cannot wait to do double sticks. So I didn't even know about Filipino martial arts, but I was like, that idea of the double sticks to train your hands, and then you could still fight the same way, super rapid fire, extremely fast hands, fluid hands with empty hand or knife. It just totally made sense, and I was like super impressed by that, and that's what I wanted to do. So I hope you guys can see it that way. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.